By now you will have picked up on the fact that I like to make videos on obscure cities that few people around the world have heard of. Now it's time for one that sounds like the name of a toy store. Here are the stadiums and arenas of Toyama, Japan. We'll start off at Toyama City Gymnasium, which is the biggest indoor arena in town. That said, it's not very big. It's large enough for a top tier basketball club to call it home though. The Toyama Grouses, to be specific. Where I'm from, grouse is a word that middle-aged people use to describe something they like. It's the equivalent of groovy or cool. The team is named after the bird, of course, but I just thought it was a grouse idea to mention it. Whilst the capacity may be small, the interior is still rather grand. Exposed concrete walls in particular are a domineering presence. The amenities are pretty solid as well. Not only is there a video board at each end, but also a centre-hung scoreboard. That must be a more recent addition, because this shot here is from shortly after the venue opened in 1999. It's aged like fine wine. Actually, on that note, I wonder if the value of the property has increased or decreased, because Toyama, like Japan as a whole, has a declining population, but it is located right in the heart of downtown. The same can't be said for Alpen Stadium, which is situated amongst the farmland on the outskirts of the city. As you may have guessed, that name is a nod to the surrounding geographical features that are a bit further afield from the fields. Spectators are treated to unobstructed views of the hidden mountains, also known as the Northern Japanese Alps. They rise to 3,190 meters above sea level. So not quite Mont Blanc, but certainly more impressive than the Australian Alps, and way more impressive than the Dutch Alps. How on earth did the Germans manage to penetrate such a mighty range? Anyway, we got sidetracked there. There's no roof of any sort here at Alpen Stadium, which is okay, because it doesn't quite get as hot here as it does down south. But that is probably why these seats have faded so much. The ballpark is not home to any professional team, but it does host the occasional MPB game. If you've watched some of the other Japanese city videos on this channel, you've probably heard me say that a dozen times already. But it is a common story here in Japan. You do have to wonder why the MPB has only 12 teams. Surely it could have at least 16. But then again, shrinking population. Either way, Toyama isn't getting a team even if they did expand to 20 teams. Toyama Stadium. It's not the biggest in the city, nor the most central, but they've taken the name Toyama Stadium to assert their dominance. This ground is, after all, home to the biggest sports club in town, that being Kettler Toyama, who are a second-tier football club as of this season. In case you were wondering what the name means, it's a mashup of Kettare, which means to win in the local dialect, and the French word, I don't know how to pronounce, A-L-L-E-R. It's probably something like, yeah, aye, something like that. So many Japanese football clubs have French, Italian, or English names. Oh, and Sanskrit. I remember from the Kyoto video that Sangha is a Sanskrit word. Whilst the stadium might not be named after Alpen, there's no shortage of Alpen scenery at this stadium. I suppose that is to be expected. Design-wise, well, other than the zigzag concrete exterior, it doesn't deviate too much from the off-the-shelf multi-purpose Japanese stadium design. Actually, along three sides of the field, the first tier is comprised of lawn seating, whereas the upper tier is conventional bench seating. So that is not entirely unique, but certainly distinctive. In certain countries, you probably couldn't have that set up, as drunk spectators sitting up top would probably urinate onto the grass below. Toyama Prefectural General Sports Center. Well, that's a convenient location for those visiting from out of town. Just a stone's throw away from the airport. Although, don't throw stones at an airport, it's probably one of the quickest ways to get arrested. This is seemingly an alternate home of the Grouses, because here they are. I guess they play here when they feel insecure about not being able to sell out an arena of just 4,500. Surely they can sell this place out on the regs. The other arena is newer and nicer, but maybe they have a duty-free club shop here, if you want to buy Grouses merch at 10% off. I think that's the sales tax in Japan, 10%. It's 20% in a lot of European countries. I wonder what the highest one in the world is. Wow, it appears to be Hungary at 27%. I was going to say that's surprising, but actually it kind of makes sense. Honourable mentions now. Toyama Prefectural Baseball Stadium. Rarely is one baseball stadium enough for a Japanese city, even a small one like Toyama. This hosts some of the more low-key events like high school championships of the prefectural variety. Not bad. There's also a decent little athletic stadium next door, which is... Geez, settle down, I'm getting dizzy. That's better. Not much to say about this ground other than to point out how far away these seats are from the field. That far. So there you have it. My favourite of the lot would have to be Toyama City Gymnasium. I have to put away my bias towards outdoor stadiums and acknowledge that the amenities here are pretty good. As is the downtown location. Now it's time for extra time. No interview today, just some facts about Toyama. For some reason, it's a sister city with the town of Wellington in Australia. Some random country town with just 5,000 people. Don't know why. Toyama was largely destroyed in the latter stages of World War II, as it was a major producer of ball bearings and other metal products. Turns out the factories were located outside of the city and were left completely unscathed. They didn't have Wikipedia to check these things back in the day. What else? Oh, it's home to the tallest dam in Japan. Kurobe Dam is 186 meters tall, which is pretty damn tall. It generates about 10% of the hydroelectricity in Japan. Okay, that'll do. That dog's barking. That dog's barking. Why is that dog barking? Is he trying to communicate with me? What are you trying to say, dog? I don't understand. Yes? Okay. Right. I still don't understand. Speak English. Yeah, yes, I don't... Thanks for watching, have a good one.